It's your boy Warlow back with another Myteam video. I'm late at night, it's like 5 more hours till the car reviews come out, so I'm gonna react to this YouTuber Bob Brooks Nelson. Okay, it's Brooks Nelson. So I would these 239 subscribers. I would go subscribe to him because this man, he's been posting really good content, really good quality videos recently. He deserves more subscribers. We're gonna react to his video. You know, if I agree, disagree, because honestly, he been making some good points. Even his other video, I would go check out his 25-minute video. He had a way longer video the other day, and he's posting really good content right here. And I watched the whole video, but I personally like his content a lot. So we're gonna react to his content, and we're gonna see, you know, if we agree or, you know, how to save this mode, really. Because we need to save this mode and make it better, so let's react to it. Baby, let's hop into it.
What's up, everybody? Brooks Nelson here with another State of Myteam video. Now, getting right into the content, I don't want to rehash everything we've gone over, because those of you who've watched this channel totally expected this drop to come, right? We said this would likely happen. The fantasy that we've laid out, that the design of marketing scheme is to get 100 overall starting lineup and really entice every single, you know, every drop of blood out of the pay piggies.
Yep, I full on agree with him, because I was like thinking we're getting a point guard, shooting guard, because they're trying to make a starting 5 of it, and they're just trying to wipe. They're trying to just get those, like we discussed the whales earlier today. They're trying to take all their money. So let's continue.
So, and I say that I'm not even speaking derogatory about the whales. I'm saying that's how they look at it, right? It's like, you know, like an OnlyFans thing, like you're the pay piggy, right? So they're trying to get every drop out of the whales, and this is the plan to do it. The fantasy of an overall 100 lineup, right? So we know that there's most likely at least one more 100 overall before they pivot away from this. If they do, I could be wrong. They could never pivot away from this. My suspicion is this is designed for this period. And after the true point guard, because it's SGPG, there'll be a PG SG next. You know, probably Magic Johnson with new 6. That's just a guess. But that'll be next. And then they can shut it down and go back, and they'll start the apology tour.
I'm interested to see, like, when they'll do the apology tour, because I wonder, like, because we all know in that May to June period is when more people start to come. They want the pre-order bonus, so maybe they started around there. Like, I don't know if they're going to pivot away right away. Dude, I wonder what the apology tour gonna be. I feel, because I know they're not gonna bring back the All-Stars mid-year. That would be like a 2K25 thing where they can get people to come back late in the cycle. Only thing is pivoting away, they'll lose their gamblers. That's my only issue with that. But I guess, you know, eventually I feel like it's gonna reach that point. I guess we'll see.
Right? So quick recap. In an effort to recoup a 7% loss, 2K scrapped the original plan to have the players in the player market and lock the player market and only had the players available from gambling packs. So the reason I'm making this video is because there's a difference between doing this once or twice and doing this for an entire month. And now that we're at the 4th character, right, the 4th card that they're doing this with, Michael Jordan, now it's a month. So what does doing this for a month actually mean? This means that we can now confirm that this is a resource drain strategy, right? And when I say resource drain strategy, I mean globally for the entire community. This is designed to drain all of your resources, right? All the money you're going to spend on the game, all of the MT you're going to rip on packs, everything they released, that Devin Booker, the Steph Curry, the promo packs, which is just the super pack, the promo pack, all of these things are just designed to keep pulling from your resources to bring you down and down and down as close to zero as possible.
Yup, because they know a lot of places, like a lot of us had MT this year because they gave out way much MT than previous years. So yeah, they trying to wash that MT away, especially have the gambling packs. So yeah.
So that when they start the new stuff, they can, you know, for the people that are engaged, they can guarantee that most of them aren't starting from like a nest egg, right? So anyway, the thing I want to stress is 2K knows the numbers, right? So shout out to DBG. I like DBG, and I think his heart is in the right place. But today he made a video talking about how this is bad marketing and so on and so forth. And I don't want the community.
Like I did not agree with that take DBG was having, because he made a point in his video that people weren't using him, but DBG's going off the European servers, or I don't know what server he playing on. I don't know what Ireland. I'm not sure what server it is. But like example, on the East Coast, I was playing Lonzo nearly every single game, literally. So there's a lot of people that are engaged. Just say I would disagree with that take, because I don't know that server over here on the East Coast. There's Lonzo's, Rudy Gay's, John Walls. I've been seeing a whole lot of them.
Community to ever make this mistake of underestimating 2K, right? So they know exactly how much MT you have, how much MT you've spent down to the digital penny, and most importantly, how much MT you're likely to earn and spend, right? They know how much MT is earned from playing the game. And so they know how much time you'll play, how much MT you'll spend, and all of this is balanced around their content, right? So now that they know that only the very extreme minority don't gamble at all. And when I say don't gamble at all, I mean even with MT, right? Because if you have nothing to spend the MT on, this is why we're locked out of the market, right? If there was a really, really good collection for you to grab, then people would be saving their MT for that good collection.
Exactly. That's why people ask me, why aren't they putting the opals in the player market? Well, people like the 100 overalls. Well, because then y'all will just buy the opals in the player market. They've already losing money with it, right? They can just put the opals in the player market. Y'all will just buy the opals in the player market. And then, you know, ignore the 100 overall in packs and not spend. Now they got the whales wanting to spend. Now they got us as a community wanting to gamble on cards because we want them. And it's like a tactic against us because they want us all to be gambling our MT away. That's what they really, really want. So I'm happy he said that. Really, really good.
Locking that in, getting, you know, whatever was fair from that collection, and then they'd be happy. That's not what they want right now. They want to see the limits of how much they can drain your resources. So the market is extremely unfair, but it's also the only way to spend your MT right now. Because it's actually almost logical for you to do so. And again, this isn't me promoting this or being in favor of it. I'm just analyzing what's going on.
He's right technically. Like, he's not wrong, because there's nothing for your MT right now. Like, I even told people, you're better off, like, waiting for a set you like and risking it, because, like, you're just not going to have as much enjoyment. Like, you know, it's just, he ain't wrong.
If you had money saved up to buy something, but that thing wasn't going to be available for a month, and you were going to still earn money during that month, well, now you can spend that earning money on luxuries or gambling, right? Well, since I already saved up for my TV and it's not out for a month and I'll be working during that month, there's no harm in spending some of that money on prize picks, right? That's the design of this whole thing. So, you know, knowing that and going through that and knowing that they're grabbing it. So now we have to analyze what's behind all of this, right? So when I say 2K has the numbers, there's a very important factor, like a design of this, a structure to this, that I want everybody to understand so that going forward, you guys can make the best decisions for yourselves. So when I say 2K has the numbers, don't just take that as a blanket statement. Understand that that represents a department and a number of individuals who are well paid.
Like, yeah, facts. People think 2K just don't know what they're doing, they're dumb. No, 2K is a petty little company. They're petty as freaking heck, act like high school, childish you ever seen it. But no, they know how to make their money. They know the dad. They know everything. Trust me, they know everything. They can be that way, but they know.
Paid to do that job of gathering numbers, analyzing numbers, presenting those numbers, and helping to inform a strategy based on those numbers. A lot of people, so DBG said this was stupid marketing. Actually, the opposite is true. 2K is filled with geniuses literally in every department that they have. So when this department that is very, very well paid is going out and gathering these numbers and helping to, you know, make these decisions, they are surgically attacking you And that's why I'm doing these videos, because I don't want you guys reacting emotionally while they're acting strategically.
That is real. That is one great way to put it, because we're acting very emotional. That's one way to do it, because 2K is right there laughing and ignoring us. They're out here running strategy. I once said it. 2K runs as like an experiment, and it sorta is. I mean, it basically is. They're writing like an experiment, and they're running this long experiment, seeing how long until that ticking bomb comes. But let's see.
I want the community to respond strategically to strategic action, right? So they drain your resources, they get it all the way down, they have the numbers to decide how much you'll spend and how long this will go on for. So what is this period right here? This period right here is where they're limit testing. So for the whales, they're testing, well, let's not even talk about the whales. It's not even about how much money you have or whatever. It's really your reason for playing the game, right? For some people, this is a hobby that they can put down. And it's like, oh, I don't like what they're doing in my team. I'm going to go play something else, right? I'll play Helldivers. But for other people, you're more invested in the game. Now, that investment is on a spectrum of healthy and unhealthy. And this is where you as the community have to be really, really honest about your relationship with this game, because 2K has data on that, right? So if you're a person who likes the gambling, you have to be honest that you're addicted to the gambling aspect of the game. If you're a person who gets a dopamine release from getting a new card, if you're a person who gets a dopamine release from achieving an objective, right? Oh, I finally got that Oladipo, right?
Yeah, I know what he's talking about, because I have that same rush in me when I used to get the lock-in set. That it's like a reason for playing the game. So I agree with what he's actually really saying. Like 2K, like I said, they basically just, I agree with them. I say in a more like ranting way, but yeah, they basically are, it's like an experimenting with us. They're limiting or empty, and they're seeing how far they can go with it.
Right? They know my Paul George objectives. That makes me feel good, and I need that feel good feeling from this game. Whatever it is, understand that that feeling that keeps you tied into it, whatever makes you feel good about this game, 2K is testing the limit of that to see just how far they can go, right? That's the period that we're in. I'm not going to say they're trying to break you.
I would low-key agree they are to break us. I would agree with that statement, but
they're trying to bend you until they think you're about to break you, and that's when the apology tour will start, right? That's where they'll start bringing in this content. And it's important to understand that, because companies like 2K are getting more and more savvy with connecting the art to the business. There's something you have to really understand. I want to focus on the intelligence of 2K and the intelligence of their strategies, and how this is always usually, not always, but usually really well thought out. Everything in this game is done by a specialist in art, a specialist in game design, a specialist in engineering. And that stuff takes months and sometimes years to put together, right? So yeah, something simple like card art might be rather quick, but something like putting together a brand new character model takes a lot longer. And so the shareholders...
He has a point. He has a good point there. Like, they probably were strategically like thinking of how this player market and stuff would work. How this stuff would actually work, and they were thinking about like how already on it, probably from last year. Like, we seen it last year with the unauctionables last year, where they started to get us in the wave of unauctionable cards last year, if y'all remember that. And they're getting us in a wave of like cards being unauctionable. Cause remember that Paul George $50 was auctionable, then he became unauctionable. They're getting us in the idea of cards not being sellable. Then you see the player market where you don't have a real market. That doesn't exist anymore, but still.
Can't go to the art departments and the creative departments and say, I need you to do this, because the shareholders don't understand enough about making the game. The shareholders have their demands, and then they go to the in-between guys, and then the in-between guys have enough knowledge of the game to make demands that don't destroy years of work, right? Because anything that takes longer than a week to do you're probably talking about it costing hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to do. And a company cannot, no matter how much money they have, they cannot afford to repeatedly clear the desk on millions and millions of dollars worth of work. So when they make demands and they come up with a strategy like this to drain your resources, it is a surgical attack that not only is designed to find out your limits, but it's also designed to preserve whatever long-term plans they have.
And they run us like a lab, like we're rats, man. Goodness.
And understanding your enemy and the fact that 2K has a plan A, B, C, all the way down to D, that is really important in you see that Michael Jordan card, you see the gambling, you feel really emotional, but you let that go. You understand the situation you're in and you respond strategically to a strategic attack.
Yeah, because we got to give actual ways to actually combat it, because it's not looking good right now. Let's just say it's not looking good. Because we do need some better strategic than rather getting angry at him, because getting angry is like every time it's not solving the issue.
Right? So let's talk about the rush content for a second, because I keep talking about this apology tour, and this is an important thing. So the rush content, if you guys notice, they were very quick to respond to the demands of the community that the rush content grind was too much. It was just too many games in too short of a time. Nobody's going to take this game like a full-time job, especially when we're already mad at you, right? So they fixed that immediately, and they made it much easier to the point that pretty much anyone can get the Opal Reeves and the Opal James World.
Well, I wouldn't say pretty much anyone, because some of those agendas are a little difficult, but we've been seeing it. Like, I have mentioned in my video before, people think like, oh my god, W2K for listening to the feedback. No, the reason they really did it, like he said it perfectly, is because they want you like to be hooked to the game, so you'll ignore the Friday shenanigans they're pulling. So like even the playbook, if you look in the playbook, they speak earn more player cards for my team. They're doing a lot of engaging stuff to literally, so you get your focus away from Friday, them running this my casino thing. They're basically, making it, you forget about it. Like, okay, just basically like a get out of jail free card, as I've been describing, and shut up. Okay, we're giving you this, so you can leave us alone about us running my casino on Friday.
Why did they do this? They need you engaged, right? Without anybody for the whales to feed on, this all comes tumbling down.
Facts, I agree. Full on, like, facts engaged. They gotta keep. That's why they did the rush and listen, because they're not just, we see them in Inferno. They didn't change none of the agendas back then, but they did it for this because they want you to be engaged with the game. They want you to be engaged during this.
Want you engaged. So in a sense, the apology tour has already started. Now, it's not the true apology tour, because that'll take place when we can look at the game and say objectively the content's good. You can get most of the cards that you want in the player market. I do think that will happen again at some point. And that'll be the apology tour when this model is no longer a major factor in the game.
I'm interested to see if that model will, how long, like, are they going to have a dark matter insert? I'm interested to see how far to go with this model, because I don't think they're going to lead. They don't want the whales to, like, decks. They, like, want to keep, like I said, the odds, like, I'm interested to see how they're going to pull this out for the end of the year. I'm interested to see how far they go.
But while this is going on, they cannot afford to completely abandon and have engagement be abandoned by the larger player base. They need They need something for you to do, something that's rewarding, something that genuinely feels good. And
yeah, that's why I mentioned that I think every Tuesday card is going to be good. Shit, I even think Monday card might be really good. They don't want, because eventually you might actually get them, and now you want to spend your MT and gamble. It's manipulative. It's in a way, so you stay on the game. And you might gamble in the future. They want to test how far you go. I like how he's breaking it down.
And so they responded very quickly with this rush content because they need you playing the game. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I wanted to address, because I think a lot of people's reaction to this content is, to the Michael Jordan 100 content is, well, I'm just not going to play the game anymore. And I'm not speaking against that in any way. I just want to talk about this from a strategic standpoint. Right? If you leave the game 2K officially doesn't care about you because marketing is done in what's called a funnel strategy, right? And so when you leave, you're on the open part of the funnel, which puts you into a different strategic context, right? When you're in the casino, so to speak, you're on the other side of the funnel. You're in the casino, and your actions inside the casino matter very much. So if you want your actions to matter, if you actually are enjoying the game in any way, and you want to continue to play the game, leaving the game doesn't solve anything outside of the fact that it might make you personally feel better. And if that's the case, I do support that. But if you'd rather play the game and you're actually enjoying the game and the fact that this content is out just annoys you and you want to stick it to 2K, in that sense, leaving is not the answer.
I like how he put that leaving is not the answer. And I'm actually learning, I get what he's taught. I get what he means. I get what he fully means, because leaving doesn't fix it, because there's still a community that is engaged with it, that is like still there. Like, they're just gonna come and look for those people now who are still here, because they still got a good amount of people. It's not like everybody's quitting. So like, if you quit, it's not really hurting 2K at the end of the day. You're just gonna be in another section down the line that they'll use maybe to get you back later, but they're not gonna really, you're not really that important no more. It's not like everybody quit. Everyone quit, then there'll be some, but not everyone's gonna quit.
The answer is to stay in the casino, because inside of the casino is where your actions matter, right? Now, I can understand the 2K community often feels powerless in these situations because it's never really happened in the 2K community before, but it's happened in a lot of other gaming communities, right? And so the concept is basically this.
Yeah, what do you say we're not powerless? I actually agree with that. I agree fully with that statement, because I mean, shoot, look at the 7%. We made them technically as a community drop 7% overall. Really, we heard them a lot, so we can make change. Okay, we can do it. We actually can do it, because shoot, we made them make this into the game.
Let's say you're in the casino and there's a row of slot machines that nobody plays. Those slot machines will be taken out. They'll have their artwork updated. They'll figure out the bells and the whistles. Maybe they'll, change the prize pot. They'll do something, because they're like, these people are in the casinos and they're not touching these machines, and we have to fix that because these machines are now a drain on our resources, right? We paid all these money for these machines. We paid
basically what the Myteam promo pack is, because since people can't get the locals, now there's people still open. Even the Wednesday packs are still open. They make sure to change it. They put LeBron on there this time on the pack to incentivize you to spend, because there's certain players you might not have, and now you're gonna open that 45K VC pack. I don't know why I just brought that up. I'm just saying.
Pay for the real estate to have the machines here, right? This whole side of the room, nobody's touching them. That's a problem for us, because the people are here and there's money in their pockets. And we need that money in our pockets. And that is the power that the community has, because the community can always control how the community behaves, right? And this is where I understand the frustration, but the rant videos do not accomplish anything, because any publicity is good publicity to a degree.
He is right on the money with that. I just like the rant. Okay, why is he coming from me like this full max?
They don't care how mad you are if it doesn't result in action, right?
I fully agree with it. Like I said, I think I said this before. I didn't hear what he says, but I said it before. I feel like underneath their Twitter, we should give them no reaction. Obviously, I'm not big enough to cause that, but I think on Twitter, right, instead of being all of us angry underneath their posts, I feel like we should be treated like it's one of the random posts they normally do, and don't even give them a response. Don't even interact with the tweet. Show that you viewed it. Don't scroll by it. Don't even tweet underneath it. Something, because that is anytime you post under it, you're giving more things for 2K. You're giving activity. You're getting talked about more. That's why when Troy opens up all those packs, people think like, oh, so people are going to learn to not spend more. Well, Troy did pull some stuff in it. He advertised it a ton in his negative, but that a ton of people that weren't going to talk about Myteam or even see Myteam on the timeline are seeing it now because of the Troy Dam pack opening. So, like, 2K has mastered that to the max. They know how to make negative publicity good. They like negative publicity. If anything, they like it more than positive. Facts.
Right? What they're afraid of is a lack of engagement. That's more terrifying, right? So while they are scared of you leaving, until you actually leave, they don't care. And then once you do leave, they turn their attention to the people who are still inside the casino, right? And you, again, will be part of a funneling strategy to get you back in, which is separate from what's happening here, all right? So I wanted to leave you guys with just like a thing you can do to help make this all better, right? And staying with the analogy, if you're in the casino, but all you're doing is enjoying the buffalo wings and hitting on the waitresses, they go into emergency mode figuring how to get you to gamble, right? But if you're saying the gambling's not worth my time, every time I come to this casino, I get fleeced and I go home and, you know, my wife has a lot of mean things to say to me. If that's happening to the point that you stop spending, they will change it. They will shift the odds. They say the house always wins, but only if you're playing, right? So what does the community need to do? Now, last time I outlined what really needs to happen. You guys need to ban the cards. This has been done in many a competitive community before. The 2K community just hasn't done it. So what's the first step to doing that? The first step, honestly, is for you guys who are in these communities with content creators to discuss this idea with your content creators and tell them how much you'd love to just flat out ban the cards.
You know what's funny about this? I used to do this with wagers before. Yes, I remember back in the day, I banned John Havlicek, I banned Cassie Russell, I banned those cheesy little park cards. I never did it on a wider scale and thought about doing it on a wider scale with the overall unlimited, but I banned those cards because I think they were too overpowered. I banned Tim Thomas too because I thought they were too overpowered and it ruined the experience of me playing a wager against somebody. So honestly, I don't know how we could make this work, and maybe he has a suggestion for that, but I'm fully on board with this because the opals may be too hard, but the 100 gold for, you know, I'm full on board with this because I done it before as that, but I don't know how we can make work as a community because we don't got the big size we used to. Because right back in the day when DBG had 100K, this type of idea would kind of work. Now I don't know how people don't have that big of a size as they used to, so that's like the issue that I am seeing a little bit with the community. But I kind of like it
in a competitive context, because I promise you. And I'm going to name names here. I'm not attacking people. This is just hypothetical. If Splash and, you know, Ty Debo and Killsamoy and all of these guys, and I know Killsamoy has no right, but if they saw these cards and got on the mic and said, hey, you got to bench that card, otherwise I'm not playing this game, if they're unlimited, or if they saw that card in clutch time and they were like, hey, you know, sorry, bro, but I can't give you a game with that card. That card's banned in the community. So
I'm interested to see like what would happen if that actually, say we worked it out as a community, we did that. I'm interested to see what would actually occur. What would 2K do? Like I would actually be quite interested. I wish we could do this as a community. I don't know if it'd be possible, but I wish. I'm
just gonna sit here and take 24-second violations, and you can take the W, but you're not allowed to play the game with that card. Seeing that on stream, if you don't think that would move something in the community, you have not seen how communities work and change things in the gaming industry. All right, so don't get mad, get active.
But I agree. I agree with that statement, though. The issue with 2K community is very feisty. Okay, community. I mean, there was a guy yelling at me because I was showing a 2K15 locker code LeBron James, and he told me it's from 2K19. No, it's from 2K15. He's screaming at me. So we a feisty community. So, you know, it's hard for us to get along, even when we're doing simple things. So, but I do like his idea, though.
Emotions make you really easy to manipulate. But at the end of the day, you're the community. You decide how you engage with the game. And that is a superpower that the 2K community is not used to activating, but you absolutely can. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for a big pack opening. I'm totally kidding. Not going to do that. But I do want to say thank you so much for the support.
But yeah, shout out to Books Nelson for the thing. Go subscribe to him. I like his content a lot. And yeah, he's very smart guy. He's a very smart guy. More than a little bit more than me. Okay, because some of these takes I like, you know, I learned some things, and some I even had idea. I just scream so much because it's just been, you know. But like you said, raging at them, that's how they manipulate you a lot more. But yeah, see y'all in the next Myteam video late at night before the content, and I'll review the 100 overall and we'll see if MJ gets a fixed jumper, or we'll see the shenanigans they pull at 8 o'clock. So we'll be back in 5 hours, because that's the time they've been showing off the card art. So,